Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a brand new series of photosynthesis in higher plants. And today we are studying about the basic early experiments of photosynthesis. Can you all hear me properly? Yes, everyone, can you all hear me? So, this is a lecture number one on the first chapter of plant physiology unit photosynthesis in higher plants, early experiments of photosynthesis. Yes, good evening, everyone. Guys, please tell me whether you can hear me or not. Okay. I told you this is one of the most important chapter, but nobody is there for the lecture. Very good, guys. Very good. Keep it up. Okay. Yes. Yes. Now Shraddha and Nila is there. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our wonderful channel of BioPoint Stream the World of Bio. This is an amazing Telegram group at BioPoint New where we conduct regular discussion, quizzes, polls, and updates on our classes. This is our crash course for Neet 2021-2022 batch. So join our Telegram group to know more about the crash course for Neet 2021. So guys, starting with this chapter of plant physiology, chapter number one, photosynthesis in higher plants. And first we are moving on to the introduction of photosynthesis. Yes, guys. So photosynthesis is a process that converts solar energy into chemical energy. So photosynthesis is actually a phenomenon, or photosynthesis is the process that converts or that helps in the conversion of solar energy into chemical energy. Direct or indirectly, photosynthesis nourishes the entire world. Mainly, photosynthesis serves two main purposes, that is, photosynthesis provides oxygen for all. I think the voice cracking. Yes, 1 second. Please wait. Yes, can you all hear me now? Am I audible now? Now is it perfect? Is it perfect? Is it perfect for everyone? Yes, thank you so much. So, guys, listen in the class. So, photosynthesis is the process that converts solar energy into chemical energy. The photosynthesis directly or indirectly nourishes the entire world. Actually, photosynthesis provides oxygen for all, or it supplies food to all the organism. Okay, so for all the living beings, and also it supplies food for the entire world. The autotrophs, what do you mean by autotrophs? The green plants that prepare their own food. Royal Champ, if you are there in the class, listen, please listen in the class. Okay, otherwise please be out. Okay, so autotrophs means the green plants. Okay, autotrophs means the green plants which are capable of producing their own food. Okay, autotrophs are those green plants which are capable of producing their own food. Actually, we all depends upon plants for our daily needs, right? The plants actually produces oxygen, which is actually a sustaining gas. Shraddha, Shivani, Nila. Can you all hear me properly? Can you all hear me properly or not? Yes. So, autotrophs are the producers of the biosphere. Autotrophs are the producers of the biosphere, producing organic molecules like carbon dioxide and other inorganic molecule. Very important MCQ question. Very important. Okay. Green plants are the autotrophs that produces organic compounds from inorganic compounds. Okay, plants prepare organic compounds from inorganic compounds. Yes, photosynthesis is an anabolic process. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process which is taking place in the green plants where the carbon dioxide and the water combine together to form glucose, and a byproduct is oxygen. You all have studied it in your 10th standard chapters. 10th standard, you all have studied, right? You know the equation very clearly. 6 carbon dioxide plus 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. What do you mean by chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is the green colored pigment. Chlorophyll is the green colored pigment present in the plants, which actually it is not the function of the chlorophyll to give away the green color. Actually, the main function of chlorophyll is it helps in the trapping of solar energy. Okay, chlorophyll being green color, it gives a greenish appearance to the leaves, but the main purpose of chlorophyll is to trap the solar energy. The main byproduct formed is, the main product is the sugar. Along with, you have a byproduct, that is the oxygen. Oxygen is a product which is actually a waste material of photosynthesis and a gas released by the plants. Clear? First two slides, if you are clear, give me hearts on the screen, everyone. First botany module we are taking of plant physiology. Yes. Thank you so much. Next, photosynthesis occur in plants. We will be confused about that. The photosynthesis is a phenomenon which is common to plants only. But actually, photosynthesis occur in plants. Photosynthesis can occur in algae, certain protists, and some prokaryotes also. Photosynthesis can takes place. But in case of plants, the plants prepare organic material. The plants prepare organic compounds from inorganic compounds. Whereas when you studied about the chapter of biological classification, they prepare inorganic substances from other substances such as organic substances and other elements in case of bacteria and all. Can any one of you recall and tell me the name of a protist that is autotrophic in nature? A protist that is autotrophic in nature. We studied about the plant like protozoa also. So can any one of you recall from the chapter number 2 of biological classification the animal? Anyone? So guys, these organisms feed not only on themselves but they also feed of all the living world. Okay? No one knows the answer for the question. Guys, dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates. Diatoms, desmids, chrysophytes. Diatoms, desmids, euglena. All these are autotrophic in nature also. Absolutely. Diatom is an example. Okay. So, cyanobacteria, multicellular algae, unicellular protists, purple sulfur bacteria, and the higher plants contributes for the process of photosynthesis. Next is the heterotrophs. What do you mean by heterotrophs or heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Heterotrophs obtain their organic material from other organisms, which you will call it as the green plants or the producers. Okay, They are actually the consumers of the biosphere. We studied that green plants are the producers of the biosphere. Heterotrophs are the consumers of the biosphere. Almost all the heterotrophs, including humans, depends upon the photoautotrophs of food and oxygen. Is it we also depend upon plants for food and oxygen is very important necessity for our daily need and for our daily life. Please be active guys on the chat box. Please. Even it's a botany module I'm taking, please be active. If you are feeling sleepy over there, I'll definitely feel sleepy over from my side also. Because this is the second class I'm taking for today. I'll just stop it at 8:40 something only. I got 15 minutes gap only between your class. Because I don't want to miss this class. That's why I came for this class also. Otherwise, I should have postponed it. Okay, yes, back to the class. Thank you so much, guys, for the reply on the chat box. The Earth's supply of fossil was formed about 100 or 1000 millions of years ago, and the fossil fuels represents a store of solar energy from the distinct past. So guys, mainly we could say that there are autotrophic organisms and heterotrophic organisms are there. Autotrophic organism means they are the green plants which are called the producers of the biosphere, and heterotrophic organisms are the consumers of the biosphere or that are dependent directly or indirectly on plants for food. Is it clear? Is this slide clear for everyone? Yes, everyone. Thank you so much. Next one. So, guys, from this slide onwards, it's very important. Very important means I could say it is not 100, it is 500% expected question. Okay, from this to the end of the class, very important session we are moving. Early experiments of photosynthesis. Early experiments of photosynthesis. 1727. 1727, a scientist or a biologist named Stephen Hales, he recognized the importance of sunlight. Oh my god. Okay, Stephen Hales in the year 1727, importance of sunlight, air and green leaves for the nourishment of plants. Okay, Shivani, is it clear? 1727, Stephen Hales was the first person who recognized the importance of sunlight, air, green plants for the nourishment of plants. Sometimes this is not in an orderly manner in your NCERT textbook, so it's better you take a screenshot, or now you can listen in the class and after that you can watch the replay and take down this as the points. I would send you a table also tomorrow morning regarding the name of the entire scientist or the experiments on this chapter. Okay, you can take it down or take a printout of it and can paste it. Moving on to the second one, that is Joseph Priestley. Guys, in chemistry, where you have studied about Joseph Priestley, for what discovery you know about Priestley or Joseph Priestley? Tell me, if you know, you tell me yes and tell me the answer. For discovery of one thing, you remember, always remember Lavoisier and Priestley. No one knows the answer, I hope. Oxygen. The discovery of oxygen by Priestley. He found, what does he found? He found that a burning candle would soon get extinguished in a closed space of a bell jar. Yes, the discovery of oxygen. Guys, he took up 4 different setups. Okay, he used 4 different setups. That is, he had a candle, the first material, the candle, then the rat, then the glass bell jar number 3, and the fourth one is the green plant. Actually, the plant that he used was the mint plant. Okay, the plant that he used was the mint plant. Okay, mint. So let's see in detail about his experiment. In the first bell jar, that is bell jar number A, he kept out a burning candle and he also kept a rat and then closed about it and kept it for some time. What happens? The rat will given out carbon dioxide and all the oxygen present inside the bell jar. What happens? The oxygen is taken inside by the rat, and moreover more carbon dioxide is evaluated by the burning of the candle also. So as a result, the bell jar would get what? The bell jar would get filled with the carbon dioxide gas only, and finally it causes the death of the rat, and finally it causes the death of what? The extinguishing of the candle also, as he had seen in his experiment. When it comes into experiment number C, he took a candle, he took a rat, and he along with the rat he took a green plant also. And what happens? The green plant gives out oxygen. This oxygen is taken out by the rabbit. The rabbit would give out carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide would take up by the green plants for photosynthesis. So there is a mixture of oxygen for the rat to respire, there for the candle to burn, everything is there. So the candle will keeps on burning and the rat will also continue to survive. So Priestley in 1770 discovered that a burning candle would get extinguished if kept in a closed space of a bell jar. Similarly, a mouse kept in a closed bell jar would get suffocated and died. If a mint plant accompanied them with a bell jar, neither the candle would be extinguished nor the mouse died, and also the plant grows also. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? So, in 1770 he had done that experiment, but in 1774 only he discovered the gas, that is oxygen, which is actually the survival, which continues the survival of the green plant, the rat, and the burning of the candle is continued because of the evolution of the oxygen gas. So the Priestley therefore hypothesized that a foul air of phlogiston. Guys, during his experiment, he divided the gases into two types, that is foul air. He divided the gases into two, foul air and pure air. Okay, foul air and the pure air. The foul air, he called it as the phlogiston. Very important. Who used the term phlogiston? Because he discovered oxygen only after 4 years of his discovery regarding photosynthesis. And the pure air is dephlogiston. So at those time when he discovered the experiment, he named that because of a presence of a dephlogiston, what happens? The rat is surviving, the green plant is producing a particular pure air or purifying the impure air, which makes the rabbit die in the bell jar number B. Okay. And guys, important one, the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is actually the opposite of respiration. The photosynthesis is the opposite of respiration. So soon after the chapter of photosynthesis, we would be dealing with respiration in plants itself, so that I'll make you clear with it. So in this you have to identify which scientist discovered what. So the questions come like that. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the experiments done by Joseph Priestley? Then you will be given some statement regarding his discovery. You have to identify which statement is correct and which statement is wrong. Okay. Then you will be given the statement on the discovery of a scientist and will be asked, whose discovery is this? Priestley, then Jan Egenhaus, Van Niel, Calvin, or whatever. Okay. I'm talking about Dr. Melvin Calvin. Okay. So I wanted to see the Calvin over here also as a best doctor. Okay. Since luck doesn't favor us this time, next time it should be a must. It should be sure. 500%. White coat with stats on your back. My medico's on the screen. Everyone, name it. Names on the screen. Everybody. Done? Yes, guys. Next one is about the Jan Egan house. Next one is about the Jan Egan house. In his experiment with an aquatic plant, he showed that in his experiment aquatic plant, name the aquatic plant he used. He used his aquatic plant hydrilla. He used the aquatic plant hydrilla. He showed that in bright sunlight, small bubbles were formed around the green parts, while such bubbles did not form. Guys, when in case of bright sunlight, that is when the sunlight in the morning time, what happens? Bubbles were formed near the plant parts. And at night or at the dark, when light is absent, bubbles were absent. And he found that these bubbles were that of oxygen, which actually is released by the plants. And he thus confirmed that purification of air or formation of the dephlogiston is carried out by the green plants only in the presence of sunlight. Okay. The previous one, Joseph Priestley, told us that oxygen is necessary, or a gas, dephlogiston, is necessary for photosynthesis, or plants would definitely purify the foul gas which is released by the organisms. Okay, and what does Jan Egan made experiment that during in the presence of sunlight only, green plants can produce that particular dephlogiston or the pure air. Guys, is the screen and the writings clearly visible for you, or it is blurred? Guys, is the screen clearly visible for you, or it is blurred? Please tell me, everyone. Is it visible? Okay, thank you so much. Is Calvin left? What happened? Yes. Next one, D. Sauser in 1804. D. Sauser in 1804, he found out that water is essential requirement in photosynthesis. Who proved that water is an essential? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Calvin. Thank you. Water is essential for the requirement in the photosynthesis by D. Sauser. In photosynthesis, plants picks out carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. So, two statement: water is essential for photosynthesis. In case of photosynthesis, the plants picks up the carbon dioxide and gives out the oxygen. And next in 1818, Pelletier and Caventou, all these things are not there in your NCRT. Okay, but this can be your Neet MCQ question out of NCRT topic. In Caventou discovered and named chlorophyll. So name the scientist who discovered chlorophyll, who discovered and named the green pigment of the plants. It is Pelletier and Caventou. So all these are out of NCRT question. Are you all taking it down? Are you all writing this in your textbook by your side? I hope you are doing this for me, for you also, in order to avoid the confusion of the names of the scientists. In your textbook, it is given like a paragraph in a mixed manner, so you would get confusion. Next one. In 1845, von Meyer is the next scientist. Von Meyer found out that the green plants convert solar energy into chemical energy during photosynthesis. So in 1845, what was the proposition made by von Meyer? The green plants convert solar energy into chemical energy during photosynthesis. So I don't have anything to explain much more over here. It's your turn to by heart the name of the scientist along with the year and what was their proponents, or what was a statement, or what discovery had they made. Okay, so 1854 by Sack, Julius von Sack, he found out that the green plants produces glucose as the product of photosynthesis. That is, you observe that starch is the first visible product of photosynthesis. Okay, so von Mayer, solar energy converted into chemical energy during photosynthesis, and Julius von Sack he found that, yes, spelling is over here, Julius von Sack, he proposed that starch is the first formed product of photosynthesis. Next is Engelmann. Engelmann, and this is the personality. So what does he did? He split the light. He split the white light into components by the prism. You know what happens when white light? You know what happens when a white light is passed through a prism? White light passed through a prism will split up into seven different colors of rainbow. That is, will split up into Vibgyor. Is it when white light you studied in the physics ray optics chapter and all? Right, everyone, please respond me on the chat box, guys. So when a white light of sunlight is passed on through the prism, it will split up into 7 constituent colors. So he split light into its component by the prism and illuminated the cladophora, which is a green alga placed in a suspension of aerobic bacteria. Guys, what does he actually did was he take out a petri dish. Okay, he taken out a petri dish, and he did was he grown out the cladophora, which was a green alga, along with an aerobic bacteria. Okay, he taken out an alga along with the aerobic bacteria. And we are going to observe under which light photosynthesis is going to take place in a high manner, or under which light or which color of the Vibgyor photosynthesis is going to be the highest. He found that the bacteria accumulated in the region of blue and the red light. Okay, in the blue region, violet, indigo, blue, and the orange red region. Okay, so he found that the bacteria accumulated in the region of the blue and the red light of the split spectrum. And he thus discovered that the effect of different wavelength of light on photosynthesis, and he proposed the first action spectrum of photosynthesis. Previous year Ames paper question. Who proposed the first action spectrum of photosynthesis? By T.W. Engelmann. He have an initial, that is T.W. Engelmann. Yes, everyone. So the person T.W. Engelmann in 1888 proposed the first action spectrum of photosynthesis. So I'll show you the image also over here. Guys, this is actually the algae, and he is growing the bacteria also. Bacteria grows in all the color of light, but the majority grows in case of the blue region and in the red region. Okay. Can you all see the diagrams very clearly? Red region and the blue region, you would have the majority growth of this particular aerobic bacteria. Then give me hearts on the screen if the diagram is clearly visible to you. Should I zoom it for you? Look. Guys, the blue, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, it is actually wrong. Not wrong, it is actually low. Then green, yellow, it is actually very low. The growth of bacteria is low. But in case of red, orange, it is again very high. So he put forth the action spectrum of photosynthesis, under which light photosynthesis is higher. Thank you so much, guys. So he demonstrated that under red and the blue light, effective photosynthesis takes place, which is rice shaped. That is, the rice shaped bacteria means the rod shaped bacteria. What is the name of the rod shaped bacteria? What is the name if the bacterium is rod shaped? Rod shaped bacterium, what do you call it as according to the classification of bacterium? Absolutely. Very good, Shraddha. It is the bacillus. We studied, right? If it is round, if it is spherical, you will call it as cocci. And if it is comma shaped, you will call it as vibrio. If it is rod shaped, you will call it as, yes, Shivani Nila. Very good. Okay, then comma, it is vibrio. And if it is spiral shaped, you will call it as spiralum. Yes. So migrate to the algal filament where oxygen is produced, okay, during in these lights only aerobic bacteria. Why? Because during only in this red and blue regions only oxygen light will be produced by the photosynthetic algae. That since oxygen is produced and the bacteria we took is also an aerobic bacteria, they get accumulated in the red and the blue regions of the spectrum. Next is 1931 experiment by Van Neal. 1931 experiment by Van Neal, and which was actually his period was 1897 to 1985 was his lifespan, which is not needed. His experiment was conducted in 1931 on his studies with sulfur and green sulfur bacteria, demonstrated that photosynthesis is a light dependent reaction in which hydrogen forms an oxygen compound and reduces carbon dioxide to form a sugar. Guys, in case of green plants, C6H12 the carbon or the oxygen, not carbon, the oxygen in case of glucose comes from carbon dioxide, and the oxygen that is evolved out comes from the water molecule. The splitting of the water molecule causes the release of oxygen. 2018 previous year question, 2018 Neet MCQ question. Okay, which of the following does not produce oxygen on photosynthesis? Purple bacteria or green sulfur bacteria? Purple sulfur bacteria or the green sulfur bacteria does not produces oxygen on photosynthesis. Why? Because in them H2A plus carbon dioxide, this H2A is mainly hydrogen sulfide, because I already told you they will take out the inorganic compounds for preparing, or okay, they'll take out the organic compounds also for preparing the food. So hydrogen sulfide will reduce to form sulfur, and the carbon dioxide will be forming a simple sugar only, So in green sulfur bacteria, when H2S instead of water was used, no oxygen was evolved. It interfered that the oxygen evolved by the green plants comes from water and not from carbon dioxide as though which was through earlier processes. Is it okay, everyone? So Van Neal proposed that the oxygen evolved by the green plants during the process of photosynthesis actually comes from water molecule and not from the carbon dioxide molecule. Yes. Yes, guys, tell me the answer for the question on the chat box. Tell me the answer for this question on the chat box. It's an MCQ question. Okay, an MCQ question. On the chat box, guys, happy smiley. Rate of photosynthesis does not depend upon the quality of light, intensity of light, duration of light, temperature. Just give me a guess, everyone. No answer for it. Nobody. Guys, just tell me. No issue whether it goes right or wrong. Just give me the answer, guys, everybody. Or the happy smiley would turn. Yes, I'm getting the answer as D, A. No problem, because this topic I haven't mentioned in today's class. But the question came for the test. So guys, the correct answer for the question is the duration of light, option C. It's not the quality of the light. Quality means if it is bright light, if it not bright, if it is red, violet, all these areas only you would have maximum rate of photosynthesis or the growth of bacteria where oxygen is produced. So it depends upon the quality. It depends upon the intensity, because we studied in case of bright sunlight what happens, photosynthesis is maximum, oxygen is produced, and if it is in the dark, photosynthesis is not taking place. Temperature, if it is hot, photosynthesis can take place because more sunlight, it leads to more temperature. Question number two, who demonstrated that plants absorb carbon dioxide and releases oxygen during photosynthesis? Okay, photosynthesis. Yes, everyone, any idea? The plants absorb carbon dioxide and releases oxygen during photosynthesis. Any guess, anybody? Guys, actually the answer key is wrong. Okay, actually the answer is D, Saucer, because we discussed it like that. D, Saucer is the answer for the question. It's not Julius Wonsack. The D Saucer just proposed two proponents, that is water is essential for photosynthesis, and also in photosynthesis the plant picks up carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. Okay, is it clear, everyone? So the answer given over here on the screen is actually wrong. It is not lean Senibeer. Okay. So guys, that's all about today's session. Today's session on the early experiments or lecture number 1 is over. Can I give you a homework? Can I get your homework for everyone? To test your knowledge, can I give you a homework, everyone? You can leave your answers in the comment section of the channel. Okay, I'll try to display the best answers on the next day's live lecture. Yes. So this is a homework question, guys. Homework question. It's not a burden, only one question. I'm giving you only one question. Assertion, reason question. Assertion, reason. Assertion, Priestley kept a burning candle and a rat together in a single bell jar. Reason, he observed that neither the candle got extinguished nor the rat died. So assertion is true, but reason doesn't explains A. Both assertion and reason are not correct. Reason is true, but A doesn't explains R. Both A and R are correct. You can comment me either the option as A. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? Okay, you can comment me the answers like that. Or if you could, you can take out the screenshot and can check it and tell me the answers. Okay, you have to tell me the answers on the comment section. Don't forget. So thank you guys. That's all about our today's wonderful session of photosynthesis, part number 1 on the basis of classification, not the basis, basis of the early experiments. Thank you guys. Have a good sleep. Have a good day, everyone. Please, it's my request, please don't miss the sessions on photosynthesis. Okay, please try to attend all the sessions of photosynthesis. Okay, because it's one of the very important chapters. Bye bye. Take care. Have a good